move the needle from point A to point B. So now it's actually implementing this strategy. Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your BFF Girja Bhargav Patel. Today I come to you with the top 5 investments to make as a beginner entrepreneur. These are the things that I did, and these are the things that I think are very important, and I know a lot of other business owners do. And also wait till the end to hear the top 5, and also where I actually didn't do one of them and I wish I had. So here I am sharing these tips with you today. And of course, my disclaimer, I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. And so we don't have any attorney-client privilege, but the information I'm sharing with you is for educational purposes, and any other information that you need for your business, please consult a professional in that area. So let's start. So are you that entrepreneur that's just like, let me just dive in and get my stuff done and I'll figure it out as I go? Well, most of us are like that. So you are absolutely not alone on that boat or on that airplane that you are now jumping off of. But what really helps is to learn, is to educate ourselves and to talk to others. And a lot of times when we start something as an entrepreneur, it can be a very lonely journey also. So hence, here we are today on this YouTube with you, talking to you about the top 5 investments to make. And if, as you are going through this, you realize that, oh gosh, this is so helpful, subscribe, share, and comment. And there is a link down there where you can actually grab your audit for your business. It's a legal audit that I have for everybody. So grab it, it's for free, and just kind of start walking through your business and seeing where the gaps are and the holes are, and so that you can kind of help your business out and get your legal strategies in place. So let's start now. Well, my number one tip for your top investment as a new beginner business is investing in time. Your time. You investing in your business. And what I mean by that is sitting down, thinking about your business, planning, strategizing, writing it down, literally brain dumping everything. I know I've talked about brain dump so much, but there is so much power to this brain dump. And once you start doing that, you can start, funneling it into the areas that are helpful to you, the areas that, this is going to work, this isn't going to work, but at least it's all there. All your mind, there's so much stuff in our mind, is now being placed in a piece of paper. The brain dump is happening. So invest with that time. Set aside some time. Think about the vision that you have, the future that you have, the life that you want to live. How do you want to feel in the next 5 years or in the next 1 year? Write a letter out to yourself. Maybe that would be helpful in this planning and strategizing time. Talk to people in your network. Talk to somebody you look up to, a mentor, or if it's like friends or other people in the industry that you're wanting to get into. Research that industry. Learn about that industry, whether you're getting on YouTube or whether you are learning continuing education in that industry, whatever it might be. Go and take classes, even if that means going to your local community college and taking some courses. Do it. Everything is going to be beneficial. Everything will help you take you to the next level. And that's what we want for you, is to take that vision and to take it to the next level. And so take that time, the investment of time, and don't let it go away. Number 2, your planner. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with planners. If you can see back here and down here, I have planners everywhere. I don't suggest getting lots of planners because that can also be cluttering and overwhelming. I'm just obsessed, and so I have a few extra. But planners are everything, whether it is online, whether it is written. I personally love the art of writing, the art of checking mark and highlighting. My gosh, that just fills my bucket of happiness. But if you want to do it online, do it online, whatever works for you. So you need a planner and you need a calendar app, or use your Google Calendar, use something, because you need to make sure now that you are properly setting aside time to do what you need to do. We have our dream written out. We have our vision written out. We have some strategy written out. Now we need to start implementing and executing all of that. And so we need a planner. The planner will help you take yourself and move the needle from point A to point B. So now it's actually implementing the strategy, and that's what the planner does for you. So you need your calendar, you need your planner. And sometimes talking about the planner stuff. So sometimes things work for some people and some things don't work for some people. So whether your planning strategy is batch working, so all Mondays are for something, all Tuesdays are for something, all Wednesdays are for something, or whether you are just figuring it out throughout the week and saying, you know what, my mornings are going to look like this, my afternoons are going to look like this, my evenings are going to look like this, I want to have time off on a certain day. However it works for you, it is your planner, your schedule, your calendar. So what might work for your neighbor may not work for you, but again, it doesn't hurt to try something and experiment and see what sits well and what gives you ultimate peace. Because I tell you, things change, schedules change, seasons shift. And when that happens, sometimes you also need to show flexibility in for that adaptability as well. So planner and your calendar. So we got the planning time, we're putting in our investment of time, we're putting an investment in our planner and our calendar. And number 3 is the legal. Okay, I am not going to pretend that that's not important, because it truly is. I am all about making legal a line item, and you absolutely need to make legal an investment, because legal should not be treated as a cure. It should not be treated as something you refer to when you are in crisis mode, but legal should be used as a strategy in your business, because it is so integrated in your business. If you sit down for 2 seconds and think about how legal is integrated, you will see it. You will see it in your transactions. You will see it in the way you speak to people and the way you communicate with them, the liability that you may or may not have, the business relationships that you're making. All legal is part of it. And what legal does is, when you have it in place as a strategy, part of your business processes and operations, it becomes something that is already a factor that is helping you mitigate and limit your liability exposure and your risk exposure. Plus, it's making your processes easy and simple. So whether you talk to a lawyer, or whether you invest in templates, your contract buddy, or whether you are getting these YouTube videos like I'm talking to you today, or however, podcasts, Law Chat with Girja, all about legal stuff, plus other entrepreneurial stories, mentorship through storytelling. So all of these things are ways for you to start getting your legal ducks in a row. Don't avoid it. Now, whether you have a smaller budget or whether you have a bigger budget, but put that budget in your line item, because we want to make legal a line item and not a panic attack. You got me there, right? Okay, so once we get that going and the legal we have in place, because we want to get our legal strategies in. Do you want to be an LLC? Do you want to be a partnership only? Do you need a partnership agreement if you're going into this business with somebody? Do you need contracts with your clients? Or what are the tax repercussions? All of this stuff, you need to have that legal there. So go contact an attorney, or start, diving into YouTube videos. Go to your contract buddy, download a template for yourself, for your business, so at least you have some starting point. Because legal is essential, and let's make it as a strategy and not as a cure only. Now that takes me to accounting, which is number 4. You need to have a bookkeeper or a CPA or some other person in your business, or a independent contractor that you can refer to for your business's finances and accounting. If you have that going in the first day, you will be able to, again, use finances, use accounting as a strategy in your business, because money, everything is part of your business. It is integrated. You cannot run away from it. So from the place of how much should I charge to how much money can I invest in this extra project or in this mentorship program, or can I go to this conference, all of the above, or can I add another product into my services? All of these things. If you have a CPA or a bookkeeper, then you can actually figure it out and see if it's a good financial strategy or move, or when should you do it, because when is your business going to be healthy? And that's what's important. So don't forget that. And then number 5 is a coach, a business coach, or it could be a mastermind group that you're part of, or some other networking organization that you're part of, where you are getting access to information, education, and a network of support and a network where you can grow. Those are so important. And either accessing a coach or accessing a mastermind group or a group of other entrepreneurs in your industry or not in your industry, whatever it might look like, get something in there. It could be a monthly payment that you're making, a yearly payment that you're making, but it's worth it because now you're investing in yourself. You've invested your time, but now you're investing in yourself also. Because as entrepreneurs, it can be lonely and sometimes we just don't know the answer. But if you have somebody that you can defer to or ask questions, then definitely it makes life easier. Plus it helps us gain more clarity and sometimes even validates what we want to do. So these are the 5 top tips: investing your time, a planner and a calendar, legal, accounting, finances, and also a coach or a networking organization that you're a part of. I hope this was super helpful to you today. And again, remember, go down to the links down there and you will see the link to the audit for your business, the 5-day audit challenge. Get to it. You'll see the gaps where they are and where they aren't. Plus, you have tons of freebies in there, tons of worksheets where you can actually pour some more time into your business and work on it. And of course, subscribe and share with a friend. And until then, I will see you later. Bye.